Hello, my name is Jess Mahler, and I'm a learning support teacher at Central Dauphin Middle School. I am still going by the last name Mahler, but I did just get married in September, so my new last name will be Howard. But I'm still going through the name changing process, so I'm still referred to as Jess Mahler at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and review my presentation. So this is my presentation for my individual learning differences. So what makes me unique as a learner? So something that is unique to me is that I'm both a visual and an auditory learner. I am always drawing pictures into my notes. I'm recording things. So I feel that I learn best by both seeing and listening. I try to do this in my classroom as well. Whenever I have class notes, I try to incorporate a lot of pictures. When we are reading stories in English class, we do a lot of read alouds and listening to recordings. So since I am an auditory and a visual learner, I try to do that for my students as well. Another characteristic that I would describe for myself as a learner is that I am very detail oriented. If I do not have enough information about something, I will go and continue to research more until I have that. I try to communicate that with my students as well, that they can't just, fill in something and then leave another part blank. Instead, they need to make sure that they're getting all of the details needed. And I think that comes from me just being a special education teacher. I'm constantly reviewing IEPs and other legal documents and paperwork. So I need to make sure that I'm reviewing all of the details. So that has kind of helped define myself as a learner, as paying attention to those close details. And the last characteristic that I would say is that I'm very collaborative. I'm always working with my colleagues to plan lessons. I work with the other special education teachers in my building to create progress reports and IEPs and things like that. And I do incorporate collaborative work into my classroom. We have a lot of group work and partner work. We do think, pair, share, where they get to, discuss it with a partner and then share out to a larger group. So I do I'm a people person, so I like to collaborate with others, and I try to do this in my classroom as well with my students. So the characteristics that I would describe myself as a learner is visual and auditory, detail oriented, and collaborative. Now, things that have positively influenced myself as a learner is having positive teachers, really just having that person to check in with you, make sure that you're doing okay, following up with you if you know you were absent, and really, just showing that they cared. I've definitely had some teachers in like fourth, fifth, and sixth grade. They truly, I don't believe they cared much about the students. I don't think I really knew much about them, and they didn't really care to ask about me. And I was very shy in school, like elementary, middle school. It really took until high school until I started coming out of my shell. So I had kind of a lot of negative experiences with those kind of teachers who didn't really talk to me or didn't really try to get to know me because I was a shy kid. I wasn't going to go out and start talking to the teacher. And that definitely impacted me as a learner in that setting because I didn't feel comfortable with the teacher. So if I didn't have that level of comfortability, I wouldn't want to ask questions. I think just by having that positive person in your life or having that positive person in the classroom, that's definitely very impactful for learners. And finally, the thing that I think these students need most as part of the digital generation is just that teacher to be able to support them and do whatever it is that they need as an individual learner. I highlighted a couple of key phrases that I felt were, important for these digital generations. So all learners, personalize and differentiate and adapt. Teachers need to be doing this with online instruction because students don't have that face-to-face person who can check in with them and make sure that they're understanding the content. Instead, online teachers need to be doing this and differentiating it and adapting it. So that way, the students are set up for success and they know what they need to do in order to accomplish the task at hand.